So let's go live on YouTube and welcome everybody. My name is Kathy Breen. I'm the Senate Chair of the Appropriations Committee. And we are here today to do a work session on some items in the proposed supplemental budget. And
What off?
You gotta shut the.
we got to shut Mary Ann's
Mute.
Because
we need Mary Ann to mute.
Got it.
okay, perfect, thank you. Yeah, you're.
Great. All right. And Mary Ann, can you make me a host, please? And Representative Peirce. So as we're getting ready, I would ask that we start with introductions. And so Representative Fecteau, would you start us off, please?
Good morning, Justin Fecteau. I represent House District 86, which is part of Augusta.
Representative Cloutier.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kristen Cloutier. I represent House District 60, which is part of Lewiston.
Representative Corey.
Good morning. I'm Patrick Corey. I represent House District 25, which is part of Wyndham.
Representative Fay.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jessica Fay. I represent House District 66, which is parts of the towns of Casco, Poland, and Raymond.
Representative Millett.
Good morning, Madam Chair. I'm Soren Millett, House District 71, Sweden, Norway, Waterford, West Paris.
Representative Martin.
Good morning, John Martin, House District 151, Western Aroostook County.
Representative Arata.
Good morning, my name is Amy Arata and I represent District 65, which includes the very windy right now towns of New Gloucester and part of Poland.
Representative Hymanson.
Thank you. I'm Patty Hymanson. We lost power and internet and my cell phone is duct taped to the wall. So in good Maine fashion, I represent House District 4, which is parts of York, Wells, Sanford, and all of Ogunquit.
Representative Cardone.
Hello, I'm Barbara Cardone. I represent House District 127, part of Bangor.
Senator Bailey.
Madam Chair, my name is Donna Bailey. I represent Senate District 31, Saco, Old Orchard Beach, Hollis, Leamington, and part of Buxton.
Senator Davis.
Good morning, Madam Chair. My name is Paul Davis. I represent Senate District 4, which is all of Piscataquis and parts of Penobscot and Somerset. Thank you.
My good co-chair, Representative Peirce.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm Teresa Peirce, House District 44, which is the majority of Falmouth, and I'm the House Chair of AFA.
And again, my name is Kathy Breen. I represent 6.5 communities from Cumberland County in the Maine Senate, and I serve as Senate Chair of the Appropriations and Financial Affairs Committee. And we are joined by our wonderful staff, Maureen Dawson, who's our analyst, and welcome back to our clerk, Mary Ann McMaster. So we are going to start, what we're going to do today is vote on some remaining items in the supplemental budget. This will not be our last work session. So we have some items that will be still outstanding after today. But we are going to be starting first with some items on the unvoted Part A initiatives spreadsheet that was dated February 12th, 2020. That was prepared by the Office of Fiscal and Program Review. And we will do much like we have done in the past where Representative Peirce will make a motion that will be seconded by either Senator Davis or Representative Millett, and we'll take a vote. I'll announce the vote and we'll move on. So are there any questions from anyone before we get started? Okay, given today's weather conditions and technology challenges presented by those weather conditions, some folks will be using the electronic thumbs up and some folks will be using their actual thumbs up. So bear with us. And that's why I will be announcing the vote after each straw vote. So Representative Peirce. If you and I are in the same place, we're at the Department of Education. We're gonna wait on the first one.
We would be starting, I believe, with IDEA for this MODOC, or for the first vote.
So that is the fourth down with the program code Z35
Correct.
and the reference number 220.
Correct.
Great. Go ahead and do your motion.
And I just don't know who I'm working with right now. Am I working with Representative Millett or Senator Davis?
Representative Millett has his mic off, so I mean his mic on, so I assume he's going to be seconding.
Wonderful.
Well,
So I would make a motion to move in small growth fund, small enterprise growth fund, program number Z235, reference number 220.
and I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous 13-0.
Next, I'd like to move in the next line item, which is Z231 from Labor and Housing. It's also reference number 223. I'd like to make a motion to move that in.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor? Representative, oh, there we go. Okay, 13-0 in favor.
Then I'd like to move down to reference program number 692, the Bureau of Administrative Services and Corporations from the VLA SLG report backs, and it is reference number 526. I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? 13-0.
One down from that, program number 108, military training and operations, with a reference number 123. I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
Then I'd like to do program code 108, military training and operations as well, reference number 124. I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous in favor, 13-0.
So, Madam Chair, I believe that concludes our work on that document.
Yes.
And we're moving to the HHS report back. Just give everybody a second to get there.
Good idea.
And just to explain the HHS report back document a little bit, you'll notice there are some items that are highlighted in gray. Any item in gray is directly correlated to the last one that isn't highlighted. When I get to those points, I'll show you, but we'll vote the entirety of that in one motion as opposed to going line by line on each of those grayed areas. So when we get to that on page 2, I'll detail that a little bit better. But on page 1, we'll just be doing it by each line item, if that pleases the chair.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out whether you want to use the reference number, which is over near the right hand of the document, or whether you want to use the line number, which is on the left.
Maybe I'll reference both so people know exactly where we are.
Okay.
Is that, unless I can just do the line item or the reference number.
There's no harm in doing both.
Okay, I'll do both. And Representative, are you still with me?
I'm with you.
Excellent. So this is on the HHS report back. We're on line number 1 of page number 3. And I would like to move in reference number 326.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Thirteen zero.
Line number 2, reference number 327. I would like to move that in as well.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? 13-0.
Line number 3, reference number 328. I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? 13-0.
Line number 4, and I should have said this ahead of time. I'm dealing with the mental health services community in this section, just for people listening at home. And so this is line number 4, item reference number 329. I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
Next, line number 5, reference number 330. I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
Line number 6, reference number 331. I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
And line number 7, reference number 332. I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
Line number 8, reference number 333. I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
Line number 9, which has to do with the Riverview Psychiatric Center. It is reference number 407, and I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
Line number 10 has to do with the disproportionate share of the Dorothea Dix Psychiatric Center. Reference number 414. I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
So now we're on page 4. Line number 11 and 12 are related to each other. They have to do with the IV-E foster care adoption assistance. I'd like to move in both line items with reference numbers 238 and 239.
Madam Chair, we would like to table those two for the moment.
Okay. All right, we'll move on.
So we're on line 13, which has to do with child support, reference number 230. And I would like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
Line number 14, mental health services for children, reference number 360. I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
Line number 15, Office of Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services, reference number 337. I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
Line number 16, also the Office of Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services. Reference number 338, I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
Line number 17, which has to do with developmental services community, has a reference also to line 18 and 19. I'd like to move all of those in.
Second.
Representative Purse, would you just be clear about those reference numbers?
I'm sorry, correct. Reference numbers 368, 396, and 397.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
Line number 20, Maine Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and line number 21 are related to each other. They're reference number 252 and 253. I'd like to move those in.
Madam Chair, we'd like to keep those on the table for a bit.
Okay, thank you.
We're now on page 5 of the document, line number 22, Division of Licensing and Certification, reference number 314. I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
Line number 23, Developmental Services Community, reference number 367. I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
Line number 24, Office of Advocacy, reference number 372. I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? 13-0.
Line number 25, Brain Injury Section, reference number 389. I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
The next section, which begins on line 26, also is related to line 27 through 51, which is on page 7. I'd like to make a motion to move all those in. Oh, reference. Do you want me to read the reference numbers, Representative Millett?
As long as we know where they end with line 51, reference 417.
Correct, but I'm happy to read all the references if people.
I'll second the motion. If anybody needs clarity, questions could be asked.
Is that okay, Madam Chair, with you?
Yep, I don't see anybody. Does anybody need Representative Purse to read all the reference numbers? Okay. Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0. Let me just give us a second, Representative Purse, to notate all of that.
Yep.
Okay. So we're on page 7, is that correct?
Correct. We are on page 7. We are on line 52, which is Crisis Outreach Programs. It's reference to number 399, and it relates to lines 53 through 81. I'd like to move those in.
I would second them.
Any discussion? All in favor? 13-0.
Give everyone a second to mark that.
Thank you.
So when we start again, we'll be on page 10. And we'll be on line number 82. And let me know when everyone's ready.
Representative Millet, are you ready to vote on that?
We would like to table lines 82 and 83, references 257, 258.
Okay. Are we ready for line 84?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Line 84, which is Office of Main Care Services, reference number 233. I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0. Representative Martin, are you still with us? Okay, thank you.
So line number 85, which relates to lines 86 through 96, I believe we're tabling those at this time.
That's my understanding. Representative Millet, are you?
We agree.
Okay.
And then that would bring us to line 97 on page 11, which relates also to lines 98 through 112. And I believe we're tabling those as well.
Agreed.
Agreed.
So when people are ready, we're going to be at the top of page 13, line number 113. Everyone ready? Looking good. Line 13, reference number 261, Medicare payments to providers. We would like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? 13-0.
Line number 114, Medicare payment to providers as well. Reference number 263 relates also to line 115, reference 265, and I'd like to move that in.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? 13-0.
Line number 116, which relates all the way to 118, I believe we have that tabled as well.
Agreed.
Line 119, we'd also have tabled at the moment.
Yes.
And then
Same
we,
with 280 and 264. We're also going to wait.
oh, okay.
Is that correct, Representative Millet?
Yeah, we're ready to go with it whenever you're ready to move them out.
Okay, we can do that now.
So this is line 120 with reference number 280, and we would like to move that out.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
And then line number 121 with the reference number 264, we would like to move that out.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? 13-0.
Line number 122, which relates to line number 123 through 138. with the first reference number being 272. I'd like to move all of those in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
Now we're on page 15, line number 139, the Food Supplement Administration, with a reference of 306. I'd like to move that in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? 13-0.
Line number 140, with a reference number of
Madam Chair? Just
Yes.
to back up, I did not see Representative Martin's vote on that last.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So we're on line number 140, Maine Center for Disease Control and Prevention, reference number 251. We'd like to move that in.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 13-0.
And then line 141, Maine Center for Disease Control and Prevention as well. I believe we are tabling that today.
Agreed.
That brings us, we will not be dealing with any language issues in this report back today. So that brings us to the end of our voting, as I understand it.
That is what I understand. Representative Millet, are we agreed?
We're on the same page.
Terrific.
Lots of pages.
So just for the sake of those watching, what we just voted on is consistent with the curtailment order that the governor issued back in September because of revenue shortfalls that came as a result of the pandemic. It's always hard to make cuts to vital services, but it looks like for the most part, the cuts average out to about 2%. So all things considered, it was better than we would have predicted over the summer. And these are obviously one-time matters that are relevant only to the remaining part of this fiscal year through June 30th of 2021. So that concludes our work session. We will be back on with our colleagues from Health Coverage, Insurance, and Financial Services at 1 o'clock, and then at 3 o'clock with our colleagues from Veterans and Legal Affairs. So any question of the, and that's for public hearing on the biennium.
That's when you're gonna wanna stop the video.
So are there any questions from AFA or from our analyst or our clerk before we sign off?
Senator Breen, I need you, due to a technical thing that I did wrong,
Okay.
to put me back as the host.
Sure thing.
Now, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Maureen, anything else before we adjourn the work session?
I think you're all set for now. So.
Okay. Thank you all, and we'll see you at 1 o'clock for public hearing on the biennial. This work session